Hello! We are here playing San Francisco Rush. It is time to finish this game off once and for all. If you recall last time this happened, so we start over.
It's dangerous! 3, 2, 1, rush!
Also, Pinky McBinky, thank you for the 4-1-3 sub. But yeah, we now know that the throwing races intentionally strat is not good. Unless if it's on very hard, I may as well, because I'm not gonna win. Sounds like something the Red Hot Chili Peppers would write. Disagree. I don't think they're all the same stats. I'm not sure about the CPU cars. I know the cars you can pick. You can change the color of it. Wall strats work a bit. They're not as OP as Top Gear Rally, but they are effective. Is this the hardest game so far? I would say yes. One second, the dogs are acting up. Hello, lame sauced. The weather, I think it's been raining, yeah. Get out of here, green car. Who bothers somebody else?
What's your...
I canceled that prediction. There wasn't supposed to be a prediction. Hello, RX sir. I do feel pretty confident that we'll beat this today. We should have beaten it, yes. That was so dumb yesterday. That should have been it. It's unbelievable, dude. How tall is Barr? He's like 6'4", maybe. Pretty tall. How's the stream? It's going well. Just started. Oh god. I could have done this circuit. Maybe I should turn deaths on and do it. I wonder if it would be easier to win that way. If I die, I can just pause and reset. Oh, I got wrecked. I was not paying attention. Apparently everybody wrecked. Ooh. What happened to that guy? What the heck are y'all doing? Calm down. Actually, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna turn deaths on.
It's dangerous!
Okay.
2, 1.
It's not actually on 8 laps. I did that to see if it was saving my settings, because that was when we were investigating how the difficulty ended up on very hard. Of course, now we know. So if I crash, I'll just pause and restart. But if they crash, it's over. get off of me, dude.
Checkpoint.
Calm yourselves.
Checkpoint.
So foggy. I hate fog in these driving games.
3, 2, 1. Rush.
The Chinatown strat won't work. That's true, but I don't think I would need it because people crash like crazy on that track. I can still do that strat. I'm allowed to warp. I'm just not allowed to die.
Checkpoint.
What's this guy so ahead? I wonder what happens if you go up on that bridge.
Checkpoint.
Dang you gray car, I hate you.
Checkpoint.
Are deaths on for the computer? None of them crashed yet? Better not be just me, that would be dumb.
Checkpoint.
What do you mean wrong way? It always shows out of 8. Yeah, but I think... Look, somebody just crashed back there. See them flashing? Oh, and it looks like they did crash permanently. Nice. So yeah, I think this will be a bit better. Because on like track 6 and track 3, they crash like crazy. Of course, I can't be as reckless, but that's okay.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it'll be much harder to get. It's actually going to be impossible. Well, I guess if none of them crash, I could get last. That's true. That might, even when the difficulty gets bumped up to very hard, I might still not get. I almost crashed there. I might still not get last because, look, that guy. Oh wait, that's the guy who crashed earlier. If they crash on very hard, then I won't get last. Yeah, I'm curious what would happen if I timed out and somebody crashed before I timed out, you know? Wonder how the game handles that. Dude, my new TikTok's popping off. I found Panga's hashtags and just copied them. Oh no, you're not allowed to warp. Oh no, this is... Uh-oh. This might be bad. I don't know if this is worth it. So they're gonna crash here. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm the only one left. How did that guy not blow up? He slammed into the bus head first. Yeah, this might be worse because I can't do the warp strats. Uh-oh. Oh, there goes one. There goes two. There goes three. What? How are they respawning? Shigio, thank you for getting us up to Oh no, Vendettos. I appreciate it.
3, 2, 1, rush!
Okay, so if I crash, I have to like hurry up and reset, because if you don't, it doesn't let you pause it. Shigio, thank you for getting us up to Tsuchinoko. I appreciate it. So what difficulty we on? Medium? But why did the song change? Would you play the song? Whatever. Is this it? There we go. Oh shoot, I paused because I thought I was gonna crash. I was pausing to try to get the one song to play. Checkpoint. I like the guy's voice who says checkpoint. By the skull, because I turned deaths on. See how there's a white dot back farther on the map all by itself? That was a CPU that crashed. They're out. So I'm guaranteed 7th or better currently. It's the same game mode, it's just, I figured having it like this would make the game a bit easier. Because now, currently, even if the difficulty gets bumped up to very hard, I still have a shot at getting some points, you know? Because if they crash, which they do a lot, then I'll get better than 8. The issue is I can't do the warp strats anymore, and also I gotta be careful because if I crash, I'm also out. We have to get first place in the circuit mode. We should have gotten it yesterday, we got screwed. God, that's... Yeah, every collision with the wall is scary now. And I'm pretty confident in the angle I hit it. Like, I'm pretty used to how to abuse the wall, but still, it's still scary. Well, they will crash. I didn't want to try manual. I think we'll be fine.
What's your...
3, 2, 1, rush!
Like, this track has a lot of jumps. I bet a lot of them are gonna crash. What are we on? Hard? I think they're meant to be taking place in San Francisco, yes. Yeah, the difficulty changes based on how— oh god! It changes based on how you did in your last race. Which is why this is so hard, because the challenge is, oh, let's play on the default difficulty, which is medium. I was like, alright. But once I started doing well, the game bumped it up to very hard. And you can't change that. Like, you have no control. And earlier we thought, oh, if I just throw races and get down to a lower difficulty, then, you know, we'll be able to coast through, but, oh, there goes one. That doesn't work, because I think 2 crashed. Because it's not— we thought it was based on your standings in the circuit, but it's not. It's based on your previous race. Oh god. Would you calm yourself?
3, 2, 1, rush!
because I set it to kilometers per hour. Your speedometer on your car has a kilometers per hour reading as well. But somebody already crashed back there. Dude, how do I live through this?
3, 2, 1, rush!
I don't know. Maybe Death's On isn't worth it. I'm having to severely restrict how I drive.
Checkpoint!
Oh, somebody crashed. What the heck's that guy doing? He's like way off the track.
3, 2, 1, rush!
I'm thinking about changing it. Resetting with deaths off. I think that's the play.
Checkpoint!
Holy crap, look how many crashed. The heck happened back there? God, this is brutal. I'm going so slow.
Checkpoint!
Goodness. Yeah, but they're catching up now.
Checkpoint!
I want to time out. I'm going so slow that I'm going to time out.
Checkpoint!
That is true. You shouldn't be able to time out if you're in first. Wow, 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 wow. God, not this. Oh, I got second still. Okay. Oh. You know what? I'll take it.
3, 2, 1, rush!
I guess they all timed out too. It's definitely less fun with deaths on, though. Yeah, if you time out in first, you win the race, I guess. Spin out. Dude, when I go airborne like that now, it's terrifying. This track looks butt. That's because it is butt spot. It's the one that made us lose by 1 point. Yeah, we can't go to Chinatown. That is not worth doing. Right here, they're pretty likely to crash. Oh, this is the backwards version of the tracks, so maybe not. Oh god. None of them crashed, really? I would check the difficulty, but then it would skip this amazing song. I definitely don't want that. If I had to guess, I would say it's currently on hard. Yeah, there was a key up there. I'm sure there's a guide on how to get them all. Somebody's probably made one. I think somebody else crashed. Shoot. Oh, did the pink car just crash? Look, I'm telling you, they respawned. You see that? How come they get to respawn? he up his shift gears. God, look how ahead they are. Maybe they'll crash. Yeah, it's on hard. I did that because the song reached the end and started over. I have no chance of catching them unless they crash. They're just not happening. They're so ahead. Just the thing I'm worried about is, I don't know. If we get into a scenario like last time where God. I really feel like I need to reset and turn deaths off. One thing, this is way less fun. I don't think you can cause them to crash. Please. Oh, they're all gonna die here. This course is death incarnate. You got the buses, the climbing up the mountain. I might die. That's what I'm worried about. Well, if you guys like it more, then we'll definitely keep it on. Would y'all calm down? I just miss being able to take the like crazy warp strats that I was doing. but I am placing well. I'm currently in whatever place. Tonight on local news, wild bus driver takes out 3 vehicles. There were no survivors. The bus driver did survive. I don't know how they're taking that turn like that. I'm still convinced the CPU's on a different set of physics than I am. We'll see what happens when we get up to that mountain. Like, I'm nervous because it's hard for me to not crash. Any crashers? Oh, there's one. Oh my god, how did I not crash? Did everybody crash except 2 people? Everybody crashed. I gotta be real careful here. This part's very dangerous. Oh, did that guy crash? What? See, why does he respawn? I don't understand. Where's my respawn? Yep, danger is correct. Oh god. I guess even if I crash right now, I'm in 3rd. Alright, here we go. Stop pushing me! Yep, sure. Don't hit the bus. Oh god, watch out for all this. Yeah, if all of them crash, I can just end the race. I don't even have to finish. The airtime is insane. It's pretty wild. Apparently the sequel to this has a stunt mode. I'm kind of excited for that, actually. I feel like that'll be really cool. We already beat 1080 snowboarding. I did successfully pull off the 1080. Dude, that was... Oh my god. See, his car was just flashing, the guy behind me. I feel like they're respawning now. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Look, his car's flashing. He just crashed. Oh! Permadeath! Let's go! Get destroyed, dude. Alright, at worst we get second. Gotta be so careful here. God, this part. Yeah, I would get second, even if I time out right now. I would get second. Just out for a leisurely stroll down the Bay Area. I want that guy to crash so I can just end this. This is the longest track. They are long. Well, there's two that are really long. This one and track 3. Track 1 is pretty quick, honestly. Track 1 and 2. What car? The All-Stick. It's dangerous. I don't know what it's called. The extreme difficulty one. Dude, God, get out of the way. It's a free win. Oh, okay, here's the end. We got this. Oh no, wait, I have to do another loop first. It's not the end. God, we gotta go up on the mountain. Oh my God, bus! Why do you not see me coming in at well above the speed limit? Look, he's flashing. Why do they keep doing that? Something about it's letting them respawn. Grill into this song. Heck yeah, brother. Grilling some burgers. Well, the thing is, I'm not allowed to warp like that. Like, with deaths off, I can just warp whenever I want, but it doesn't let me do that now. Oh no. Go, get me out.
What's your name?
That was scary. Oh, we're probably gonna be on very hard. It's on track 1 though. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, run!
I doubt any of them will crash here. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't matter too much about having the lead early though, because You see the race is on very hard now. I might be able to get first just because this is track 1. Track 1's the easiest to drive. But when it ramps the difficulty up like that, it's like... it gets really hard. That's what happened in the last circuit, is it all came down to the final race. I still can't believe that. That sucks so much. It's 24 races. There's 6 tracks, but each track has a backward and a mirror mode variant, as well as backward and mirror combined. So you race each track 4 separate times. Tell me nobody crashed right there. Oh, don't make me crash. Where's that guy? See, this is the benefit of deaths, because even when it gets bumped up to very hard, I still have a shot at getting some points. How did I not crash? Diddy Kong Racing had quite a bit of tracks. But that's also a very good game. Whatever. It's very hard. Now we're on hard. On the deadliest track there is. They're going the other way. This could get ugly. Dear God. Everybody just calm down. We lost a lot of good cars out there. What was that?
3, 2, 1,
I need to go the way they do, because I can't warp anymore. Whee! Hope nobody crashes. What? How'd none of y'all crash? Oh! That guy, yeah, you're definitely done. Oh God, am I done? No.
3, 2, 1,
Whee! Uh-oh. The MCV, thank you for 300 bits. We're getting through this. It's gonna take a bit, but Oh, see ya.
Checkpoint.
Oh god. How many did we lose? 2? Right there is where I usually crash. You gotta go so much slower with deaths on. Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Checkpoint.
Well, they're all going that way. Yeah, rubber banding is a very common video game design technique. Hey guys, here I am. Oh my god, they're absolutely out of control. There's no way they all made that. Oh yeah, 1 down. Out of the way, bus.
Checkpoint.
No, I'm going the wrong way. Should be fine. What the heck?
3, 2, 1. Rush.
Why did I crash? Like, okay, I crashed. They should have as well. Garbage.
Checkpoint.
How it feels in Rocket League.
Checkpoint.
They will pin the blame on me.
Checkpoint.
Any crashers?
Checkpoint.
Anybody?
Checkpoint.
A little scary.
Checkpoint.
Yeah, the way you start on this one's very weird compared to all the others. Oh, it's this guy. This is the guy who took me out last race. Definitely get first or second here, but I would love to have track 1 be the final track. It seems like it's not going to happen. This is the second time already. Yep, okay. Now I need to reset.
3, 2, 1, run!
I want to take 6th on track 1. It is the best song. Out of here. Dude! I don't understand how their cars, like, just overtake mine. Like, they get much more collision power. Like, they're never phased when they run into me. You can actually abuse that when you're going around tight turns. You just drive, if they're, like, on the outside, you can just drive into them. And it'll, like, they'll kind of act as a wall. There's a hidden durability stat. You're saying I should have been the bus. Dude, get off of me! The official Waluigi theme song. I really hope I win this circuit this time. I don't want to do it another go around. Oh, I don't know what I did to the green car. Alright, that's better. Get out of here! Easy first place. Rush. Hard.
2, 1, rush!
This one's not very dangerous. So it's unlikely they'll crash. Maybe we'll get a couple.
Checkpoint!
Look it down. Look it down.
Checkpoint!
Look it down. Oh, 2 of them crashed. I didn't even notice. Nope, we're not going up there. None of these shortcuts are worth it.
Checkpoint!
I mean, they're worth it, I guess, if you do it, but they're too hard.
Checkpoint!
Ow! What is your problem, green car? Why is it always you? I really want them to crash.
Checkpoint!
Look it down. Look it down. Look it down.
Checkpoint!
Uh-oh. This one's not that likely for them to crash on. Track 3 and 6 are the 2 that are the most dangerous.
Checkpoint!
Checkpoint. So that's where the finish is.
Checkpoint!
How have those cars way back there not timed out? I guess they can't, but if I were to crash right now, it would let them place ahead of me, which I think is unfair. This is the greatest thing you've seen on Twitch. There's some other people doing various similar challenges. Actually, there's people doing this specific console as well. Although I'm not sure if anybody's doing Japanese games. Probably a good thing, because the Japanese games have been mostly miserable, other than Densho de Go. If you speak Japanese, they would be good. Like, most of the issues I've had with them have been due to translations. It was fun playing Hanafuda. That game was completely rigged though. Oh hey, the red car's up here, I just noticed. Did the green car crash maybe? What do you mean a terrible viewer experience? That game was awesome. How do you not appreciate taking a drive through the sights of Japan? Learned about Sergei. Fled from the USSR after it collapsed. Took up a new occupation as a train engineer. And his boss always reminded him all it takes is 90 pesos to kick you out of here back to Russia. Sergei, 90 pesos. I mean, it's fine if you didn't like it. Like, I don't like a lot of games people stream. I know Barb didn't like the train game. I did expect that game to only last like 2 hours, but it lasted way longer. Just wait till we draw Animal Crossing. That's gonna be a huge grind. At least it's in English. How do you beat it? Probably pay off all debts. I think they like build a statue of you in town, right? Please don't crash. It would be really rough, but the N64 version supports time travel, so we should be able to beat it in a normal amount of time. I don't think the N64 version has the museum, which is kind of unfortunate. That was my favorite part of Animal Crossing. That's better. How many races? We're about to find out.
What's your name?
14 to go. Oh, this is definitely going to be very hard. Yeah. Let's hope they crash. This is the benefit to doing deaths, is before when it put it on very hard, I just accepted I'm gonna get last. But now, there's a very real chance of not getting last. Because if they crash, then it basically allows me to get more points out of these races. There you go, new song. Oh, did they just crash? They did, but it's letting them continue. Ugh. Deuces, thank you for gifting a sub to Bel Air Jeff. Oh god. I appreciate it. Crash potential. Potential. How did none of them crash? Wow, 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 wow. Oh! We got one. It's better than 8th. Oh! 4th on a very hard. Heck yeah. Now this is where the strat pays off. Can we get any better? The issue is the next race is going to be on very hard now because I'm still going to be ahead by so much. Oh, I'm in 3rd. Probably gonna time out. You have to go so slow, because if you don't, you're gonna crash. Like, I don't know how you avoid it. I'll take it. Track 2. Still very hard. Yeah, this was an arcade game. Whoa, 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 whoa. Any crashers? Not me. Oh, there's one. Oh god. Yep, sure. Oh no, another one. There's 2. This one's like impossible to finish on very hard. This track is the one that made me realize the difficulty was changing, because I was like, dude, this is not beatable. I could not finish in time. Down, 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 down. course, I am better at the game now than I was then. Oh! See ya! What? Get him out of here! Push his carcass. Get it? Carcass? Get it? Because the car. Any crashers? Uh-oh. Checkpoint. Same joke again. Need to wait for one of them to push the carcass. Alright, I'm probably getting 4th. That's fine. Oh! Potential? 3rd place potential? Shigio, thank you for gifting. I said the Scotty Scotsman. And Shigio, thank you for gifting a sub to Pizza Sub. I appreciate it. Oh, that's trash! His car slowed down worse than mine. We're still on very hard, help. At least on this one, they're pretty likely to crash. This is the scary course. Wow. I don't know how that happened.
3, 2, 1,
Any workers in the chat? What the heck is this part? How is that happening?
3, 2, 1.
You working hard or hardly working? Whoa! Did you see that guy? God, here they come. Any crashers? None of them? One? Oh, nope, one did. Uh-oh. Okay, so you're not even allowed to fall off the track. Tim Dictionary, thank you for the 35-month resale with Prime Gaming. Oh, they're going that way. I'm gonna follow them.
3, 2, 1.
This is the circuit. I think we're gonna beat it on this attempt, but we had to do the whole thing over. Danger. Get out of here, buddy. Oh god. You're no way you survived that.
Checkpoint.
No way I survived this. What? How? How am I still? Alright, 5th place. I'll just finish this no matter what. 5th is pretty good. One very hard. Oh my god, look at that guy. What? What? There's no way. No, not track 1. Oh, it's only on hard.
2, 1, run!
Here's the 3rd instance of track 1, so it's pretty unlikely this will be the final track. Also, we're gonna get first here, so we're definitely gonna be on very hard next. Yeah, I think in reality it doesn't matter too much what the last track is. Maybe track 2 would be bad. Track 2 is relatively safe and hard to go fast on. I'll take track 3 now. I had to learn to master that one. No, that's not a shortcut.
3,
Wrong track in my head. Out of here, man. That was all that guy's fault.
3, 2, 1, run!
I think it's random. It feels random, but I'm also not sure. Get out of here, man. It's not distorted. The audio is probably heavily compressed to fit on the N64 cartridge. Any game with music or voice lines on the N64, they're heavily compressed. I'm actually pretty excited to play Resident Evil 2. I mean, one thing, that's just a good game, but I kind of want to see what the N64 version's like. Like, it's gonna be like so... I don't know how they fit that game on this. It is a impressive feat of file compression. Get out of here, red car. Wah, 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 wah. Holy heck, dude. Red car, go away, man. The song makes no sense? That's the beauty of it. Red car! Get out of here. I don't want second. Be first. Get wrecked, red car. Alright. Dude, the red car's in second. Uh-oh. Very hard.
One.
Wow, 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 wow. Alright, he's gonna take out the red car. Got a big bounty on the... Oh! Somebody crashed. Oh, no, they didn't. Looked like they did.
GG.
The heck was that? Bizor, thank you for 200 bits. I appreciate it. Oh god. That was dirty. You can't just do that.
2, 1.
That's so rude. Come on, red car. Crash. Oh, 2 cars crashed. Oh! What? Did he just do a backflip? Red car's cheating, man. Dear God, why did I leap in the air like that? Alright, 4th place so far, that's pretty good. I'm not sure the damage to your car affects anything. Could be wrong. Oh no. What is all this? Well, I don't think we're gonna... I don't think we're getting out of here. That's right, I'm in 5th. Come on, 5th. Yes! hard. Get out of here. Why are you so aggressive? Oh shoot, that was bad.
3, 2, 1. Checkpoint.
Need red to crash. Yep, okay.
Checkpoint.
God, I'm so behind. I have no chance unless they crash.
Checkpoint.
Enjoying the N64 marathon. Purple Heart. Thanks for the awesome content.
Uh-oh, where does this go?
Checkpoint.
Pole and Needles, thank you for the 5-month resub with Prime Gaming. I appreciate it.
Checkpoint.
I wanted some of them to crash. This is only on hard, so yeah, that was...
3, 2, 1.
I don't like the idea of taking a loss here, but this is track 2, this is the hardest one. It's relatively safe, and it's just hard to drive well on. How many more? 8 maybe?
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Checkpoint. The red car's too good. Can't beat it.
Checkpoint.
Probably in here.
Checkpoint.
Any crashers?
Checkpoint.
Any? 'Cause I sure might. Oh, did that guy crash? I think we got one. Somebody, hopefully it was red. Oh, 2. 2 people.
Checkpoint.
3! 3 down, heck yeah. Dude, one of those gotta be red, right? I'm actually really ahead, too.
Checkpoint.
I think somebody just crashed. 4 down. No, do not crash.
Checkpoint.
That would be a choke and a half. Not Rogue Squadron. I don't even know what that is. Alright, we gotta watch out for the carcasses. Oh wait, I was supposed to tell a joke earlier. Kinda forgot about that.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
I was looking at chat! Oh my god. I was reading chat.
3, 2, 1. Rush.
That was not... God. That was really bad. I did throw it away. That was really bad. I did gain on red. I could have gained more.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Come on.
3, 2, 1. Rush. Checkpoint.
It'll come back on, don't worry. Green car. I think it's the red car and the gray car that are my threats, right? Man, I keep crashing there. I literally wasn't looking at the screen. I blame me for looking at chat, I definitely was not looking at the game when I crashed.
Checkpoint.
I wonder how risky going off that ramp is. Get out of here! Why you gotta hit me? Just drive like normal. No crashers? Not one?
Checkpoint.
Oh, there he is. Uh-oh. Whatever. Seven to go.
3,
Alright, here's the final track one.
2, 1. Rush.
The reason I let that go is because Red was in like 5th place. So I knew they wouldn't get very many points.
Checkpoint.
I finished a circuit and I lost by 1 point. The first circuit I did.
Checkpoint.
We should get first here. Let's hope Red doesn't get second. Issue is we won't get this track anymore. This is the most reliable first place.
Checkpoint.
Daytona.
Checkpoint.
This song reminds you of Pulp Fiction. I've never seen it.
Checkpoint.
It's about orange juice, right? I thought it was about this guy wants orange juice with pulp, and they bring it out and it doesn't have any. And he's like, dude, there's no pulp. And they say, yeah, there is. And then, like, all of society gaslights him into believing that he was wrong, but there really was no pulp. Fictional pulp. Get out of here, Green. Who do you think you are? Whee! Nice. Nice, nice.
What's your name?
Track 3.
3, 2,
On hard, it's not very hard. It was backwards, so I can't. I don't have backward memorized. This one's pretty dangerous. How are you here? See? That's what I mean, they respawn sometimes. I don't get it. Where's my respawn? Oh! Oh, there went red. Red's down, baby! See ya, red. Nothing you can do. Your race is over. It doesn't matter. If I crash now, I get death. I almost crashed right there. At worst, I get 5th place. I was definitely about to crash there. Slamming into that car saved me. Any crashers? Well, that's how you get that key. I was wondering. You have to be on the backwards track. I think green might have crashed as well. Oh, alright. Oh, 4th! Somebody crashed before I did. We take those. Alright, I want to take a quick break. I will be right back. I think the timing's different in 3D World, but I also don't have access to like tasks or anything, so I don't know. Doesn't feel different to me. Ooh, that was close. Yeah. Now we're in there. GG. Oh. Oh! Yes. Think we're in there? Yeah. Cool. Very open-ended, which makes it hard to figure out what to do, but it's pretty fun once you know the actual route. In there! That one was clean. There's one twirl I didn't need to do, but outside of that, it was real clean. Yes! Please! Yes! Finally. That was pretty slow. I have a 2 though. I think I'm good. Frame perfect.
Oh yeah, Mario time!
Oh, no. I can't see those moves. That's not happening. Let's go! Let's go!
Disrupts and eliminates magnetic fields stored on tapes and disk media, removing data from devices like your hard drives. The degaussing process changes the magnetic domain where data is stored, and this shift in domain makes data unreadable and unable to be recovered. And now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
Nice! That was a sick ending. It was really cool. Yeah! In there. Oh, rip sub 1 hour. Dang it. That's tough. Tough level. But, very cool. I definitely feel like I improved at, item abuse from beating that, so that's cool.
Alright, I have a,
Hello.
I have an unstoppable strategy. I didn't.
The only thing I've bought without being able to just flat out buy it is my car. That should be good. Yeah! Nailed it. There we go. Done. Whew. That was tough, man. Oh man, that was tough. Very, very cool level though. I don't know what the feeling is. Sorry, I had to move my car. Alright, I got 5 races to go, sitting in first.
3, 2, 1.
I did not use teleport cheese. Is this very hard? No wonder they're so aggressive. Dark Sim, thank you for the 2-month resub with Prime Gaming.
3, 2, 1,
Where the heck am I?
3, 2, 1.
Your brother and you played this? Nice.
Checkpoint. 3, 2, 1.
I want to get not last, but I don't know. I don't think this one has very many spots to crash. I think up there where that big cross section is basically...
Checkpoint.
That's basically the only spot they're gonna crash. Guess what? Chicken butt? God, would y'all get off of me? Knock it off.
Checkpoint.
Nobody crashed? We might have to settle for 8th here. Because it's on very hard. But we'll see, I guess.
Checkpoint.
Of course, red's in first. Couldn't be anybody else. It's gotta be red. Come on, somebody crash.
Checkpoint.
Oh, somebody did. Nice. Alright. Getting at least 7.
Checkpoint.
The issue is red is in first. Not a fan of that. Oh, I thought I was going to clip that. No. Alright, 4 to go.
3, 2, 1. Run.
Sucks that red got first. I don't want the last race to be on very hard. That's not something I wish to have happen.
Checkpoint.
Oh, somebody crashed. Purple. Purple, if you get first, I will not be upset. Please tell me red is the one who crashed. That would just be so good. New Hot Wheels game? I haven't heard of it. God, that was a loud noise. Man, my ear was itching. I thought I had time to go for a strategical ear scratch. We're doing really well in this race. And we don't have red ahead of us. I really hope red is the one who crashed, but I don't think we'll know till the end. Oh! Whoever, that was Gray. Gray's out. Nice, nice. No, this is probably hard right now. Could be medium. The track 2 is the hardest one to do well on, in my opinion. So, this is going very well. Not go up there. I will definitely crash. Whew. It looks like as long as I don't crash, I'm getting at least second. So that's very good. Crashing would actually be a huge letdown right now. Oh! He's done! He's done! The race is over, Purple. I do look at chat a lot. I need to stop. Especially now. I don't want to crash right now. That would be very bad. To be honest, I could probably just sit here and time out and I'd still be in first. Calm down. Good God.
Checkpoint.
No, I've timed out. I timed out in an earlier race and I got second. Because everybody behind me also timed out. Nice.
What's your name?
Aw, did red not crash? Dude, it's down to me and red. I don't think anybody else has a chance.
3, 2, 1, rush!
You have world records and oh, this is backwards. Shoot. Not ready for that. I'm gonna reset.
3, 2, 1, rush!
Did it crash? Any crashers? Oh! There goes one. Oh, there goes two. Oh god, here goes me.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Oh, who was that? Is that red? Why are you respawning? Dude, this game is rigged. Why don't I respawn?
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
He is using the game shark. Oh no. Totally not a crash. Right there.
Checkpoint.
No, there's red. Shoot. That confirms. Red's not out.
Checkpoint.
I don't think anybody else can catch up to me. It's literally me and red.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Whoa.
Checkpoint.
Wait, red crashed? Are you sure? Who is that like 10 miles back from everybody?
Checkpoint.
No. Probably getting third. We'll see. Okay, that was dirty. That was rude. 1 point ahead of red. Track 2? I think track 6 might be the last one. This is on hard. I don't want the last track to be on... Actually... So we could rig the last track. We just have to like keep... Whatever it is, we just have to keep playing until we acknowledge that red has crashed. Six is the one with all the buses, yeah. The one where everybody crashes. Dude, orange took me out last race.
3, 2, 1, run!
Get out of here, orange. What is wrong with you? Oh, there's red. This is a little scary because if red gets first and I get like 6th or something, I don't know. I wish I didn't crash last race. I wish I got 3rd. Good God, that was a mess. I think track 6 is going to be the final one, though. If it is, that's really good for us. Red? No, that was orange. On red, crash. You know you wanna. I don't think there's lore in the racing game, no. What I'm scared of is getting in the lead too much, and it puts me on very hard. Okay, that was lame. That was lame. Red, crash. I can't really force them to crash, I don't think. I don't think there's a way to do that. Other than in the one level with the buses, you can kind of force them to drive into the bus. That's about it. Red's in second, though. That's good for me. Oh, let me pass. Let me pass ya. That was sketchy. No! No, 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 that's not gonna fly. That is not okay. The car flew. The ideal scenario here is red crash. It doesn't really matter what happens to anybody else, I think. I don't think anybody else has the ability to win. Artorias, like that guy in Dark Souls. Oh, there goes somebody. Was that red? No. I didn't think it was. Oh, there goes Gray. Dang it, Red, why won't you just crash?
Clock clock. Almost a year. So happy to that clock.
Wabby the Chocobo, thank you for the 12-month resub at 12 in a row. I appreciate it. Almost a year. Alright, Red, if you could crash, that'd be great. What the heck? This game sometimes. No. gosh. It does wreck me. I might need to reset this. I always forget to turn right here. Crew Weird, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub, and Pasta, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. I appreciate it. God, yeah. We need red to crash. It needs to happen. Eyes are on red. Yeah, I remembered to turn right.
Three, two, one, rush!
2 races left. Chat, my TikTok is popping off today. Did you know I had a TikTok?
Checkpoint!
Oh, yeah.
Open Noise, thank you for the 10-month resub.
Checkpoint!
Lonely Ambition, thank you for the 69 dudes.
Choo choo.
Shigyo, thank you for 100 bits. Oh yeah, I also changed my hype train thing to be the highest level 1. So we'll probably never finish a hype train again.
Checkpoint!
Unless, like, somebody starts a hype train when somebody happens to give, like, 100 subs.
Checkpoint!
Who was that? Which one was that? Was that red? Lonely Ambition, thank you for 96 bits. Billy W, thank you for 69 dudes. Wow, 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 wow. I think I'll be able to catch up with people to see who it was.
Hype train.
Wasn't black. Zil Tama, thank you for the 123 bits.
Checkpoint!
Not purple, not pink. Wah, 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 wah.
Did someone say hype train?
That's definitely pink. Wabby the Chocobo, thank you for 100 bits.
Checkpoint.
Oh, is this red? I think this is red up here. Wasn't red. Dang you, red. Why can't you just go away?
Checkpoint.
Red! Red crashed, red crashed.
Green hype.
Everybody, nobody panic. Red has crashed. Sorry, I'm ignoring the hype train. I have to finish this race.
Choo choo.
I'll read your alerts after the race.
See you red.
Checkpoint.
It's gotta be safe. I don't need to win.
Red crashed. On jam.
I mean, if I just stay safe, I'll get second, which is very good. Wow, 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 wow.
Checkpoint.
Wow, wow, wow,
Red
wow.
crash.
Red did crash. I just glanced at chat and almost crashed. We gotta be careful here. I'm not gonna pass that guy, so let's just go slow.
Checkpoint.
Nice. Whew. Very good. That is a very good result. We're gonna be on very hard though, it's a little scary. Let's see. What has happened? Deuces, thank you for 721 bits. Lonely Ambition, thank you for 100 bits. Wabby the Chocobo, thank you for 413 bits. Shigio, thank you for 721 bits. Goondock Games, thank you for the 2-month resub of Prime Gaming. David, thank you for 100 bits. Bleep Bloop Blorp, thank you for 100 bits. All About the Crazy, thank you for 2 bits. Rengoro, thank you for the 2-month resub of Prime Gaming. Shigo, thank you for giving us up to Setsumi3. Shigo, thank you for giving us up to Mar. Red Frobro, thank you for 100 bits. Shigo, thank you for giving us up to Flapjack. Soup for My Fam, thank you for 5 gift subs to Delphia, Dangle, Keefo, your pal Wyatt, Jazz, Goed, Money Matt. Shigo, thank you for getting us up to Manta Galaxy. Dendy Jr., thank you for 100 bits. Lonely Ambition, thank you for 69 dudes. Deuces, thank you for 5 gift subs to Towley, Bonnet, Philip Jeffries, Mr. Spaghetti's Own, Jake, Pick, and Yeah Light. Thank you. Shigo, thank you for getting us up to Nerdy Bandit. Yeah, Death's On is... They're both hard, because you have to drive so safe with Death's On. You can't do any warps. Alright.
Oh, yeah.
So... Shigo, thank you for getting us to the JP Sports.
yeah.
Dennis Sodman, thank you for getting us to the Creeps people. I appreciate it. Alright. It's track 3. I thought it was track 6. This one's also dangerous, though.
1.
Oh,
Yeah, we are on very hard.
3, 2,
I mean, technically, I could just reset until I'm confident that red is crashed, right? Shouldn't that be a strat? Just watch red crash, then I can immediately crash.
Let's go down. Let's go down.
Winning on very hard isn't gonna happen. The heck? Shigio, thank you for gifting us up the Dark Horse. Star Pedal Arts, thank you for 200 bits. Gramus, thank you for 100 bits. Shigio, thank you for giving us up the Electric Hummingbird. A Smiling One, thank you for 100 bits.
3, 2, 1.
No, I can't push red, see? If I try to push them, they just completely overpower me.
3, 2, 1.
It doesn't, it's not a strat, you can't do it. This is the same final track we had before. It's even mirrored like it was.
Checkpoint.
Holy crap, hello. Come on, they're trying to make me lose. Shigio, thank you for gifting us the Nunya Bees. X-Kashi, thank you for the 16-month resub with Prime Gaming. Sabu, thank you for gifting us the Acadian Backstab. Shigio, thank you for gifting us the D-Jenna. I appreciate it. Wow, 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 wow.
Oh, yeah.
Checkpoint.
Holy crap, he did it again. Shigio, thank you for gifting us up to Dendy Jr. I appreciate it. Holy crap. Somebody crashed. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. No, it's not red. I feel like that was worth... Red? I feel like it was worth doing that, because if it was red, I would just insta-crash and win. Gray is a bully. Gray's on Red's payroll, for sure. Come on, Red. Just do it. Just flip over. Get out of control. Be like, oh, I didn't know what happened. I followed all the driving etiquette, but I still crashed. We'll be like, you know, it's okay. Mistakes happen. Oh god. Shigo, thank you for 10 gift subs to Red Sox Dude, Hal, Techno Weenie 6, Stu, Foundring, SQL Assassin, Robo Baggins Alive, Haverflane, Alex from Tinder, and Curd Bros.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much. So I need, so I'm ahead of Red by 7, is that it?
Checkpoint.
I'm up 8. So if Red gets 12, so if Red gets plus 12, I need at least 5 to win, I think.
Checkpoint.
So here's another strat. If Red is, like at some point of time, Red is in the back of the pack, I can just crash, the race will end, and Red will get whatever place they were in at the moment of my crash.
Checkpoint.
I'm saying it could happen. Dang you, Red, I hate you. Yeah, if I crash, the race just ends. Yeah, I definitely, I think the strat is just keep going till Red crashes.
Checkpoint.
Why am I doing this? Because it's gonna work out, baby. Oh, God. I thought that was Red! I thought it was Red! No. I thought it was him.
Checkpoint.
Red? Red? Did Red not just crash? How did Red get out of that? The heck?
3, 2, 1.
I turned to look, because if he did, then I just crash and win. Yeah, I know he was stuck, but he hit that wall pretty hard. It wasn't like, oh. You know, just, I'm stuck. It was, wow, I just... life or death crash into the wall here. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Gage, thank you for the 6-month resub with Prime Gaming. I appreciate it. Any crashers? None? Nobody?
Checkpoint.
The heck was that? Oh, somebody did crash. It wasn't red. Of course.
Checkpoint.
Somebody crashed. Red, is that you? God, I wish I knew.
Checkpoint.
I don't think I can catch up to find out. If 2 more people crash, then I can win, but I'm not gonna risk it if it's not red.
Checkpoint.
Oh, that was a mess. Oh, somebody crashed. One more.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Pink? What's that red up there? I think that's red. I hate red. Screw this guy, man. Get out of here. Of course he's in first, too.
Checkpoint.
Was in first, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I should change the hype train back. I think that one's way too hard. I mean, we could always just win the race. That's an option. Any crashers? Of course not.
Checkpoint.
Oh yeah, that's true. If I get fourth,
Checkpoint.
I win, right? Shoot.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Good God. Yeah, I think they do timeout. No, 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 no.
3,
Oh.
2, 1. Rush.
Oh. I'm pretty sure they do timeout. 'Cause I timed out a while back and I got second.
Checkpoint.
But I don't know. It's too risky. I don't know. We just need to go until red crashes. It's gonna happen. Or just win the race.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
We're in a very clear win position. It's always gray. Get out of here, dude. Crashers? Any crashers? Not that guy. Nobody crashed?
Checkpoint.
These red's not doing so hot.
Checkpoint.
I was reading chat.
3, 2, 1. Rush. Checkpoint.
It's 3 laps. I mean, it's fun knowing that the CPU can crash and be out, but it's less fun to drive because you can't do the crazy warping strats and all that. Those were really fun to do.
Checkpoint.
Dun, 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 dun. Any crashers? Oh, one crasher? That guy almost crashed.
Checkpoint.
Get out of here, Red. Turn coming up here. Oh, no, why didn't you take Red with you? Come on, how does Red... He can't keep getting away with this.
Checkpoint.
Oh my god, don't you make me crash, dude. God, I'm just gonna reset.
3,
That was lame.
2, 1. Rush.
Nothing I could do about that.
Checkpoint.
Okay, just spin out for no reason.
Checkpoint.
Come on, Red. Take the plunge. do it for me.
Point.
Dangerous section coming up.
Point.
Of course, red's still out there. Who was that? I don't think it was red. Oh, another person crashed too.
Checkpoint.
Ink.
Checkpoint.
Oh, yeah.
Checkpoint.
You're so ahead. I don't know if it's red, man.
Checkpoint.
Oh god. It's not worth the risk, man.
3, 2, 1.
Pension, thank you for the 29 month resub, 29 in a row. These other cars are all protecting red. This is ridiculous. There's clear collusion going on.
Checkpoint.
The officials just turn their head. They're paid off.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
The shortcut's fair game. They could do it too.
Checkpoint.
Crashers, any? Any crashers? Oh god, it might be me. Okay.
Checkpoint.
See, like right now, I'm pretty confident red's in fourth. If I were to crash.
Checkpoint.
Would be a favorable outcome for me.
3, 2, 1. Run.
I mean, he's got to crash eventually, right? He has to.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
The issue is I don't make it to the end because the game put it on very hard. It's like impossible.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
What do you mean go red? Oh shoot. Okay, well.
3, 2, 1. Rush. Three, two, one. Rush.
I do keep reading chat.
Checkpoint.
Come on.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Yeah, this came before Dark Souls. This is where they got inspired for all the difficulty.
Checkpoint.
Eyes on the road, Beast. You got this.
Shigo thing for 179 bits. See, red is in 4th. If I just crash, I'm doing it. Yes! Yes! We're done! We're done! Secret track enter code ZZZZ. We're done! Oh, that was actually pretty scary. I knew that was how it worked, but it still was scary. Mr. Goon and Watch, thank you for 5 gift subs to Restarter, to Leah Riza, Kindle Holiday Castro 3, and Morpheus God 69. Woo! I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll check out the secret track. How do you even do it?
Cheese.
No, I'm not gonna get the keys. Anybody know how to enter the code?
I was here.
Deuces, thank you for 721 bits. here? In circuit? I can't hit enter code. It does make a noise when I... Oh, it's a different car.
It's dangerous! It's dangerous!
Oh, we have this now.
3, 2, 1, rush!
Team Rush. I'm in an Indy car.
Checkpoint!
Wonder if this car turns differently. It definitely has a higher top speed. Look at that.
Checkpoint!
Woo! Wait, hold on, hold on. Hold on. I think I was able to control my...
It's dangerous! It's dangerous! It's dangerous!
Hey, where's the car?
It's dangerous! 3,
I think I'm able to control myself in the air now.
rush!
Would y'all get off of me? Yeah, I can correct myself. I couldn't do that with the other car. So if I'm like spinning out in midair, like if I go like... See, I can stop myself from spinning more.
Oh,
Alright,
yeah.
I think we're done here. That is San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing beaten. That was hard. Zedmons, thank you for the 2-month resub with Prime Gaming. I gotta fill out info on this thing. 11 44 20 08 11 2021. 100% no. Enjoyability. It was pretty fun. It wasn't like the best game ever, but I did enjoy it. It's very fun to fly through the air, you know, in big crashes. It just feels nice. I don't know, I'll give it a 5.5 out of 10. It's above average. Difficulty. This game is hard. It's very hard. But I do feel that it will get harder. I don't think this is the hardest that we'll see. I have to reserve the hardest for 10 out of 10. I definitely think there will be harder games. So I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10 difficulty. Because I think it was incredibly hard just due to the way the difficulty worked. But I think there will be harder games. But anyway, if you're new here, we're doing a challenge to beat every N64 game, and the way we pick the next one is we randomly select it from a list, and here's that list. You see here, there were 3 San Francisco Rush games. Now there's only 2. Yoshi's Story is not the last one on the list. I believe every game is on here except Disney DDR and Mario 64. That's intentional. So we have 345 games left. It could be anything. What will we get? 3, 2, 1. 152. That's right in the middle. What is it? We're playing Lego Racers. Oh, baby. What is this gonna be? Alrighty then. This one's awesome. I've never heard of it. Let me update the layout. I have a lot of stuff I have to change whenever I draw a new game. You can build your own car. Game number 42, wow. Pretty far in. Let me end the recording.